So this was a failed prototype from last year. Some of them have a passive drainage, which means the drainage is not connected into the supply line. And this originally, on the inside, I did the same as this, only with the landscape fabric over it and zip tied, and it clogged up almost instantly. I had to dig it all out. It was just completely waterlogged. And then I put an elbow on instead, pointing down, and then zip tied the cloth on there, and that actually works. Not as good as one of the active systems where they're connected together, but it actually works and the drainage is sufficient. This is flimsy. This is another advantage of the active one with these two connected. This supply line isn't flopping around like that all the time. As long as you know it's supposed to do it. There's a zip tie in there, a hole drilled and a zip tie to prevent you from pulling it up out of there. And as long, I mean, if you really yanked it, you'd pull it right out of there and you'd wreck the whole thing. But anyway, the sock is secured with zip ties. That's just a 4-inch flex tube, like for drainage in gardens and stuff like that. So it works pretty decent. And I've got 6 or 7 different basic designs. I wish I'd taken pictures of all of them. Anyway, we got a ton of those different ones. That's not one, and that's not. But all the rest of them are. You can see the drain spout on them, or the supply line, bing, bing, bing. And then one here. New one I just put in today here that we haven't planted anything yet. That's not one, that's not one. That is one. You can see the little spout right there. And we've got at least one in the background there. And then one of these big ones is my first big one with a spout on it that I did this year. Check that out. And you can see other videos of mine. I did 4 of the, there's a spout there, and you can see we filled it like 3 weeks ago. And it's still, we haven't had to refill it since. And it's, oh no, I did refill it once just to try it out about 5 days later or something. So this is like 2 weeks and there's still water in there. I'm using these hand sanitizer things. A buddy of mine runs a brewery and pub out in Castleman. And early in the pandemic, he started buying large amounts and repackaging and reselling it at cost, just as a public service basically. And these are 20 liter or 18.9 liter, I think, jugs. So they're huge and they're really thick plastic. You can see I cut them in half, and each half of one is a water reservoir that fits into one of these. You can see how big around it is, right? So it takes up a good space at the bottom. And then you build different kinds of systems for doing the drainage and everything, and you cover it all. You drill a bunch of holes in this to let water flow through. Cover it all up with a big thick piece of landscaping fabric and zip tie it around all the pipes, and away you go. It works really, really well. Highly recommend it.